Basically, wouldn't do anything my parents said, and they finally decided at the age of 16 they'd let me go, more or less. I went out to work one day, told my dad I'd be out late on the Friday night, come home and bags were packed. I'd made homeless, went down to London and basically spent a certain amount of years on the street. It was about 4 weeks before I finally made my
decision.
Made my mind up to go in and talk to staff.
Yeah.
Because basically, without an address, I couldn't get benefits, and without benefits, it's very hard to survive.
Why did you leave London, Ace, to travel down to St Paul's?
Basically, I left London to try and rebuild bridges, and to try and find somewhere to live. I went into housing benefit and spoke to an homeless officer, and they referred me to the hostel. I went in at 10 o'clock on a Friday morning. I was booked in at 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon.
God, that's good. Usually you've got to wait 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, you normally have to wait.
Even longer than that.
Normally you have to wait for a vacancy.
Yeah.
When I come into St Paul's, I found it very helpful. Basically, because when I was on the street, I couldn't get all my medication that I required.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
the minute I come into St Paul's, I had all the help to sign on, sort my medication out, and get me put back on the straight and narrow, basically.
What's good soil?
It's a project where residents from the hostel can go and learn about animals, agricultural, potting plants.
So it's good therapy as well.
Yeah. Basically, it's learning new skills. I took on reading and writing literacy groups and having my CV put together with Jerry.
Yeah. So,
and you now work, well, you're going to start a job.
And I've also now got a part-time job.
You've got so you properly...
So you're doing well.
Yeah.
Good.
So where will you move on from when you've achieved all your... Well, you've got this job and you reburst with St Paul's.
Basically, next step from here is into my own accommodation.
What is the resettlement project?
Basically, the resettlement project is where you move on from the hostel. It's the next stage one from getting your own property. Basically, what they do, they put you in here for a short while. It means you can prove to them you can cook, you can pay your bills, look after yourself.
Thanks to places like this, which should be respected. It's put me back up on my own place now, look. I ain't in a resettlement. I went through what they call the system and stuff like that, and I've got my own place.
Yeah, just a little push just to start you on your way.
Have you done every job on the farm, Dave?
Every job.
Every job what's actually on this plot of land here, have you ever?
Yeah.
You've done every one?
Yeah, clean all the top off the top, clean out the boxes. They're fed first thing in the morning, the afternoon, and that keeps them going through the day. Basically, this is where we register, write down all the eggs we collect, and if any of them are dirty, they need to be washed by water. That way then, they're clean to be sent to the shop. We cut the windows out. We've actually got a guy who does carpentry on site. Basically, I get a lot of enjoyment out of coming here. It's free. It gives me my freedom from the hostel. I'm learning new skills to put up, things to put onto my CV, and it's just an enjoyment to come out to the farm.
So the money that we have coming in is really from supporting people, and that pays for the staff salary, and we are then funded by housing benefit that pays for the actual hostel accommodation or your accommodation in the shared house. Okay, I'm funded through the lottery bid. Okay, lottery bid I had to do, and that pays for my salary, the chef, because he's a support chef and he trains people in the kitchen, and for the kitchen assistants.
As a key worker, I'm generally given 4 main clients to take care of out of the 46 that are here. I take a special interest and I help signpost them to whatever needs they may have, which may be benefits, or it may be health orientated or housing. and often a combination of all of these. There's many different reasons for ending up homeless, so as I say, my job's not to be a specialist in any areas, but I do need to understand the types of areas that are needed within the homeless community.
Is the night shelter really needed?
It is, yes, definitely. There's currently about 60 rough sleepers in Worcester City and the county. So the probability is that they'll want to access the night shelter. So yes, it's needed.
Would it be possible to extend the opening hours?
Not at the moment, because we've only got funding for 16 weeks, and that's all.
Someone has been through the St Paul's hostel system. Do you think there's enough resettlement properties for them to move into, especially for the women?
So enough houses out there? Well,
Houses.
no. There's never enough. But it's something we're working on. It's high on our agenda. We're always looking to expand. We have 3 houses, plus a dry house at the moment.
Yeah.
We may take on another 4-bedroom house. We'd like to develop an all year round night shelter or facility specifically for rough sleepers. And we'd like to use the model what we use at the night shelter with no second night out. So that means basically anybody who arrives new on the street should not spend a second night on the street, so we want to adopt that model. We're working quite closely with other voluntary and statutory bodies to try and get funding and premises for an all year round night shelter. So yeah, again, it's always top of our agenda. So we get the majority of our funding from Supporting People, which is a government funding initiative, which we're reviewed annually for. We're looking at cuts per hour per direct support we give clients this year. So I think we may be looking at about £36,000 in cutbacks just from Supporting People. The rest of the money comes from housing benefit and personal contributions, so clients top up to make up their money. We also rely quite heavily, particularly this year with all the cuts, on fundraising and donations.